Deadpool was a superhero movie unlike any that came before it. A combination of funny, crude, and thrilling, Deadpool was everything we could have hoped for and more. Now that the sequel's been announced, the rumor mills are going wild with hints and speculation about what might come next. We're not sure what it will include, but we hope that Ryan Reynolds will make it just as hilarious as the first.
Did I leave the stove on?
Check out the latest rumors about Deadpool 2 that might, if we're very lucky, come true. How are you not subscribed to us already? Make sure to like the video and join in the conversation below, and click subscribe to become a member of our notification squad and get first dibs on all the latest content we put out.
The right girl will bring out the hero in you.
Morena Baccarin may become CopyCat. CopyCat is one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe, not necessarily for the strength of her power, but for how insidious it can be. She can duplicate someone else down to the cellular level. Handy skill, right? In the comics, it didn't always work out well for her. The shape-shifting ability made her a member of the XForce, which eventually led to her death. She didn't actually die, of course, because she had a lot of Deadpool's blood flowing through her veins. His healing ability is rather contagious after all.
You will die alone. If you could die. Ideally. For others' sake.
That'll do.
CopyCat's name is Vanessa Carlyle. Conveniently enough, the same name as Deadpool's girlfriend in the first film played by Morena Baccarin.
Vanessa.
Wait. What's a nice place like you doing and a girl like this?
There have been a lot of hints dropped that her character might turn into CopyCat in the second film, and if that's the case, it'll make for a very interesting character. Morena Baccarin is a tremendous actor, best known for her role in Firefly as Inara. The reason this idea is just a rumor at the moment is because she hasn't displayed any of the powers that would make her CopyCat. Not yet, at least. It's entirely possible this will happen in the next film.
I'm not loving this.
Bella Thorne could be Ladypool. Ladypool, the famed female version of Deadpool, might possibly be played by Bella Thorne. Yep, that Bella Thorne, the one of Disney fame. As with all children, our favorite child stars grow up to move on to bigger and badder roles. Bella Thorne stated in an interview that if she could play any role, it would be that of a female Deadpool, or some female version of him. It's hard to imagine the former Shake It Up star as a mercenary with a foul mouth, but there's no way we can deny her acting skills. Bella has nailed quite a few roles that could translate well into the role of a gun-toting, sword-swinging Marvel version of the Bride from Kill Bill. Thorne has since starred in multiple roles, including the voice of Korra in Ratchet & Clank. There's also talk of a show on Freeform based on a book she loved as a child called Freedom and Love. What's your take on the idea? Bella Thorne could make a fantastic female version of Deadpool, in our humble opinion. She could put some of those shake-it-up moves to work dancing over her enemies.
Good one. Yep. That's a good one.
Jack Kesy is Black Tom Cassidy. Hardcore Deadpool fans will recognize Black Tom Cassidy as one of the foremost villains in the Marvel Universe. While he isn't as powerful as Galactus or one of the other universe enders, he can do enough damage to cause a lot of trouble for Deadpool. That said, it's hard to take a villain seriously when the hero literally cannot die. That means the villain needs to focus on inflicting harm in other ways, either through the hero's loved ones or by obstructing his goals.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Black Tom can bond with plants and blast out kinetic energy waves through the use of a wooden object. It's like a chaotic evil wizard with the ability to force push. Darth Vader meets Gandalf.
You shall not pass!
Whether or not Jack Kesy will actually be in the film as Black Tom isn't confirmed, but done correctly, he would make for a tremendous villain that would be incredibly entertaining to watch on the silver screen. The villain in the first film wasn't too threatening, but Reynolds made it worth watching in his grade A portrayal. We can only hope the same concept applies in the sequel to Deadpool. Without a good villain, a film has to work twice as hard to be successful.
I need guns.
Okay, which ones?
I need all the guns!
All right, okay.
Deadpool may get new toys. The first Deadpool movie was an act of love on the part of the cast and crew. It was adapted as accurately as possible from the comics, but not everything made it to the silver screen. For example, although we got Deadpool's attitude and mannerisms to a T, there were a few things missing.
I think we can all agree that just went sideways in the most colossal way.
Like some of his gadgets. In the first ongoing comic series by Joe Kelly, Deadpool is seen with a lot of high-tech toys, some of which would put even Batman to shame. Examples of these include a holographic projector he can use to disguise himself as anyone he wants and a teleportation device. Just think about it. Deadpool would be the living incarnation of the nothing personal kid meme. Given that Cable has a teleportation device and hails from the future, he may be the one to hook Deadpool up with all of his new toys. He's also known to carry a magic pouch that acts like a bag of holding from D&D. Where else would he keep all of his weapons? Just don't give the man a portable hole. The last thing we need is for Deadpool to carry a makeshift nuke with him wherever he goes.
I know the kind of mutants you're looking for.
Olivia Munn will reprise her role as Psylocke. X-Men Apocalypse featured Olivia Munn in one of her most exciting roles yet, that of the mutant Psylocke, a sword-slinging telekinetic badass. No sword? No problem. She can use her fists. The fact that Psylocke is a longtime fan favorite made the role even more well-received. The fact that other rumors hint at Morena Baccarin becoming CopyCat gives credence to the idea that an XForce appearance might be in the works. Another possibility is that there may be a full-blown XForce movie. Munn is a big fan of Ryan Reynolds' work on Deadpool, and in her own words, has said that it would definitely be cool to see Deadpool and some of the other X-Men characters gather for an X-Force movie. It's one thing to find a person with great acting talents to play the role of a beloved character, but it's something else entirely to find an actress with a love for the character. Olivia Munn's nerdy side makes her a favorite among die-hard comic book fans, and the care she gave in portraying Psylocke the first time around makes her the perfect choice to play Psylocke in this film. Plus, you know, continuity.
I'm the wrong guy to play hide and seek with.
Juggernaut will step on screen. With the rumor that Black Tom will appear, it's not too far-fetched to think that if he does, his criminal partner Juggernaut will make an appearance too. Eagle-eyed fans noticed a casting call that was put out for a chubby male actor. The physical description given fits that of Juggernaut quite well. The actor needs to give off an air of innocence, but then would be transformed into an evil being through the use of a Shi'ar jewel if he is indeed Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is a character with no physical weakness and no need to eat or sleep. His main weakness is his mind, but he wears a helmet that protects him from psychic attacks. After all, as Satorak's exemplar, his weaknesses are well known and accounted for. Some fans have pointed out that if Juggernaut does make an appearance, then Kane Marco will also be a necessary character as Juggernaut's normal ego. This would cause some disparity, especially when you consider that Kane Marco was Xavier's stepbrother in the comics. But with Ryan Reynolds at the helm, there's no doubt the studio would find a way to make the film work.
It's funny that I only ever see two of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Man.
The closest person to a real-life Deadpool knows his comics.
Quick question. What's my name?
Taskmaster taken to task? Remember Ajax from the first Deadpool? Ed Skrein, the actor that played the role, is a huge fan of the character Taskmaster. He has said that he would love to see Taskmaster make an appearance in Deadpool 2, especially considering the similarities between Taskmaster and Deadpool. Deadpool is a mercenary, but he has morals, an aspect that Taskmaster lacks entirely. That said, Taskmaster has a skill set that puts him pretty close to Deadpool in terms of ability, so placing the two characters together would make for an interesting fight. Given how large of a role Skrein played in the first film, it's plausible that Ryan Reynolds would pay attention and try to get Taskmaster incorporated somehow. If not a proper appearance, then at least a reference and maybe the opening for an appearance in a later film. Too many villains or anti-heroes in one movie might make it confusing.
Why do you hate people?
But we're okay with that. Deadpool thrives on chaos anyway. We'd like to see Skrein take over as Taskmaster. After all, the makeup would mask his features and it would be a fun inside joke for the same actor to play a different character in every film, as long as fans understood that as a joke.
Please, how's blowing up Bill's character?
Hope Summers may appear. If you aren't sure who Hope Summers is, don't worry. Neither are a lot of the characters in the Marvel Universe. Hope is believed to be a messianic character for the mutants. Speaking canonically, she's the first mutant to be born after Scarlet Witch turned almost all mutants into normal humans, but this put her at risk for being attacked by anti-mutant fanatics.
There is a new enemy out there.
Cable saves her life, and now that promo images have been released of Cable with a teddy bear at his hip, many fans believe he may be caring for an infant. If Hope Summers does appear, that hints at a number of other characters that may also appear. In one particular timeline, Hope kills 1 million humans at once in what is known as the 6-Second War. She instantly becomes the enemy of many humans and mutants, and ends up living a life on the run as she tries to escape from those who want her dead. Her potential appearance in Deadpool 2 hints at the possibility of a much more interconnected X-Men universe than we've seen before. Whether it'll actually happen or not remains to be seen, but if so, it'll be awesome.
Oh, you're expecting a teaser for Deadpool 2. Well, we don't have that kind of money.
The post-credit scene will hint at an X-Force movie. So many of the rumors surrounding Deadpool 2 revolve around the characters that may or may not appear in the film, particularly those of Sunspot, Feral, and Shatterstar. Fans have dug into the casting calls that have been put out and believe that these characters are needed for a post-credits tease. Their presence would indicate just one thing: an X-Force movie. One of the Deadpool 2 writers has gone to Twitter to debunk these rumors, but even this hasn't dissuaded fans, and for good reason. Why reveal the surprise at the end of the movie if it can be avoided? There's a lot of strength to the rumors, particularly about X-Force. If CopyCat appears, as we all hope she does, then the film is already halfway toward what is needed to set up for a further expansion of the Deadpool lore. Depending on how far Fox's rights go with X-Men, it may be possible for Marvel to pick up the pieces and put out a fully fledged, properly produced movie. After all, fans shouldn't be denied a united Marvel universe just because of copyright and ownership issues.
The sequel? We're gonna have Cable. Amazing character. Bionic arm, time travel. We have no idea who we're gonna cast yet, but it could be anyone.
Deadpool 2 will actually be Cable and Deadpool. Regardless of any other rumors, it's clear that Cable will play a large role in this movie. Just that fact alone is enough to have fans foaming at the mouth, but it's entirely possible the movie will be called Cable and Deadpool instead of Deadpool 2. Why? Early in the production of X-Men First Class, the franchise owners released an article that hinted at their desire to release a Cable movie. If the name actually does turn out to be Cable and Deadpool, it will be an homage back to the original comic series that featured these two characters. Marvel has already done this with Ant-Man and the Wasp, so there is precedent to see it happen. Even if Cable gets a significant amount of screen time, we still want to see more of our favorite badmouth Merc and his antics. No matter how the movie turns out, we're excited. Deadpool on the silver screen is a dream come true for most people, and if this trend continues, everyone wins. Who knows? It might even give comics a new mainstream level of cool they've never had before and make the genre much more accessible to new fans.
It's over. Go home.
There you have it, a bevy of different rumors that aren't totally impossible. What would you like to see happen in Deadpool 2? Cable's appearance is guaranteed, but we want to see more Morena Baccarin and CopyCat. If you've got a particular character you want to see show up in Deadpool, looking at you, Spidey, let us know in the comments below. Tell us what your favorite rumor is, and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.